Good morning. Well, it is Sunday morning here where I live anyway in sunny California. I'm Cynthia Greer. If you are new to my channel, I am a spiritualist who works at the in-depth level of the soul, bringing you all aspects of deeply rooted spirituality that are going to catapult you into higher consciousness and therefore soul evolution. And once you start moving in that direction, you really take a good look at your life and you start to weed out aspects of living and behavior patterns that are no longer suiting you, that are holding you back. And so my goal is for you to really access who and what you really are and to really find your divine path on this plane of existence in this timeline. And as you have already noticed, I don't have any teeth. This is a get ready with me video, which is going to be very simplified compared to my other get readies, because the focus is not going to be on makeup and skincare. It's just going to be the bare minimum, because the heart of this conversation is about my journey with facial disfigurement and how it has affected my life up to this point and where I am going with reconstructive surgery. And just to give you a clue, if you want more on what I've been through, you're going to have to take a look at the videos on my playlist regarding medical malpractice, or read my book, Medical Malpractice, The Uncharted Journey. Because from here on out, I don't want to get into too much of that, because I need to really move forward with my audience. And in order to do that, I have to give them the very best of myself without repeating all the woes and the trials. So take a good look. This disfigurement was brought on originally through stage 3 head and neck cancer, in which I lost a lot of tissue in the lower half of my face and on my neck. I was required to lose all of my teeth in order to live due to sepsis that had gone untreated for a very long time through no fault of my own, but because I was denied medical care. So when I lost my teeth, I also lost part of my jaw, a great deal of my bone. Now, here is an important message for those of you who are struggling with dental issues, or possibly going to lose your teeth at some point and get dentures or consider implants. Something that you are never told is that you are going to lose a lot of bone just from losing your teeth. And that is going to change your face. And it will cause premature aging no matter how well you take care of yourself. But they never go into this. And during the first year of adjusting, after you have had all of your teeth pulled, it takes time for the healing and all of the swelling to go down. So when I first came through the surgery, I looked great in dentures because I had fullness in the lower half of my face because it was swollen. So I made a video that is in my playlist that goes into detail of what I went through shortly after my surgery. And I didn't make another update right away because I knew that there were more facial changes coming. And I could see them, but I wanted you to see basically the worst part of it after I had been further along. So right now, we're going to get started with the demo. I've already cleansed my face, so I'm using my Estee Lauder Wonderful Toner, and I'm going to put this on my skin to get ready to do my makeup, which is going to be very light today because I am not going anywhere. I'm staying in the apartment and I am working on my children's book, which is so exciting because it's time for me to move beyond the intense genre for a while and to focus on some projects I started a long time ago that are more light and cheerful, that are geared towards children. So I'm very excited about that. So getting back to everything, during this year and a half of healing, I have settled into the way I look right now, and I have not been able to get the rest of the treatment that I have needed to have regarding my reconstructive surgery. At this point, no doctor will talk to me because I am on that wonderful medical blacklist of being denied as a patient. But the good news is my doctor at City of Hope just put in a referral to a surgeon who only works with reconstructive cancer patients who have been through what I have been through, and he is an expert in his field. So I am waiting to get an appointment with him. Okay, so the next thing I'm using is Estee Lauder serum. Now, this is a night repair serum. It's very intense, and it is called, Night Repair Rescue Solution. So I thought this would be a good one to use while I am not putting on makeup today and giving my face a rest and just kind of chilling out and letting my skin breathe and taking some meditations a couple times throughout the day to clear my mind. And I love to have days where I am just focusing on illustrating and not going anywhere. Those are the days when I love to have my skin completely bare. So I've been on Estee Lauder for a month and a half. I love these products. I'll go into more detail about them in another video that is just geared towards Estee Lauder and makeup. So my skin is feeling good. The wonderful serum is soaked in, and I'm going to go for my firming and revitalizing Estee Lauder moisturizer. So, getting back to what I was saying about my doctor putting in for me to see this surgeon, he will, if he accepts me as a patient, do the bone grafting. And I will be able to be a candidate for full dental implants. So this is the issue. If you don't have the bone structure, then you can't do the dental implants. It's that simple, because they are not going to hold. So, this is where I am at. Now, back in 2015, I had my first reconstructive surgery, and I was told that I had to keep up with everything, that it wasn't going to restore me to the way I needed to look. I had to be patient. But if you are so inclined to read my background, you will find that it was something that I couldn't get because I was denied. And so I was left unfinished. So I've had 11 years of going through the system and not being permitted to have the rest of my reconstructive surgery finished. Okay, so going around my eyes with the wonderful Estee Lauder serum and cream combined, and I'm going to put on my concealer because I do have an issue with dark circles no matter how much rest I get. So, this is where I am at with everything, and it is amazing to see what they have done to thousands of cancer patients in the USA by not being honest according to their social status in life, especially if you are a single woman or if you are in a social class that is not considered where They feel you are worthy enough for medical care. So now I'm going to put my dentures in. I always do bottom teeth first and uppers last. And I really should have done this before I had put my light makeup on, but I got caught up in what I was delivering to you message-wise, which is okay. And this is my light and easy day look when I'm not leaving the house. Topping it off with my lip balm by Estee Lauder. And I have to tell you, I love this lip balm. It gives you just the right amount of color. So there you have it. This is a day in the life of a woman who has been disfigured by head and neck cancer and who has had all of her teeth removed and lost a great deal of jawbone. And I've also lost quite a bit in the upper as well, which is why I am so uneven. So my message in this is whatever it is you're going through, it doesn't necessarily have to be oral cancer where you have lost all of your teeth and your face has become disfigured and you have been lied to and you have been blown off and forgotten. Always know that the divine intelligence, the God source, never forgets you. And whenever something happens to you, that this is a clue that you are to share it and champion a cause to bring out the truth without fear. Now, this is very challenging. I'm not going to lie, because in the past I was warned to keep my mouth shut. I was told that I couldn't bring anything like this out in public. Well, by not bringing anything out like this in public is why Americans are living in the predicament that they are. You can't bury your head in the sand, and you can't stay silent without a tremendous amount of repercussion. And I guarantee you, those repercussions are going to be a lot worse than the puny human threats that you will receive by authoritarians who believe that they can control every plant, animal, mineral, and human being on this planet by inventing a crisis to keep your attention so focused on it that you neglect your physical health and well-being. And I mean to the depths of it. Because in the United States of America, more people go around without teeth in their head. They develop dental diseases from neglect. And they even die from these dental diseases. And this is something that is rarely discussed. I'm going to leave you with this today. When I first became facially disfigured, an acquaintance came to visit me and said, Cynthia, you know, you're really very lucky, because now you are going to be able firsthand to tell the difference from the flakes of the world. Because there are going to be people that are going to be very uncomfortable around you just because of what has happened to you and the way that you look. They're going to just fade out of your life. But the ones who are sincere are going to stick with you. They're going to be your friend, your family. And you are going to come out of this on a much higher level from where you started. And I have found that to be true. And it has been very liberating to see and experience the levels of consciousness and the behavior patterns that people have, because they are living in fear, and because they are going along with the authoritarian program and acting like everything is fine when it isn't. And we have been purposely kept from the truth in order to dampen our spirits so that we will give up on life altogether. Give up. And this is the issue. Because what they have been hearing for a very long time is an age limit on life. And to get that age limit, you have to be unfulfilled with your life, unhappy with your life, and hopeless that you can't create anything better. But you know something? You can. You can do it. It's all in how you see the situation. If you look at what you have, if you look at what you can work with, no matter how small it is, that is the beginning. It's the spark. It's the light. And any prayer that you pray from the heart, and the way you look at what is on this planet, the beauty, the richness, that was intended for all mankind to enjoy, to bring inspiration and hope, you are tapping right then and there into the God source. And this is where it all begins. And I wish you so much love and many blessings. And don't forget to support my channel. And I'll talk to you real soon. Bye for now.